And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! We just heard some Pleading with Iris Perpetua, and check out their Facebook and YouTube to see the brand new video for that same exact song, Pleading with Iris. And then we also heard a When Night Falls track. That one was called Lost. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Sitting next to me, the unchinly hairiest man of knowledge, the no hair. He's got some facial hair, some little face pubes. Derek, rocking out. Flicks me off. And tonight for their second time, we haven't seen you guys in quite a while.
Woo!
I don't think last time we were here, none of us were
weren't
able to drink.
Yeah,
Here.
I told Taylor
Yeah.
the same thing. I was like, I think that
Guys
last
were
time you guys were
little
here,
kids.
you were
Yeah.
itty bitties.
Yeah.
Well,
Youngins.
Tonight for their second time, we have on Strength in Numbers.
Hi, everybody.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and who we're missing tonight.
Hi, I'm Phil. I now do vocals for Strength in Numbers.
What?
Yeah.
You not playing drums anymore?
I mean, for the songs like Colorblind and Rebirth, I wrote the drums to.
You fucking
Like,
cocksucker! No, you
I've
didn't.
played to them. I've played Rebirth. I wrote the drums. How about, does that sound better? But I mean, I played them, but I did not record them. No. But I did do vocals.
So you're just doing vocals now? Well,
Yeah.
all right. Let's keep going, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah. Good luck.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, Dennis, we're looking at you.
Watching the Sox game. I'm Dennis. I'm Dennis. I still play guitar.
All right.
I'm Taylor, and I play keys and I sing.
And who are we missing tonight?
That would be Alex, which is also a vocalist. Jeremy, which is a bassist, who now lives in bumfuck nowhere. I don't remember where he
Washington.
lives. There you go, Washington. And Jake, our second guitarist.
Jakey Poo.
Yeah, he didn't call off.
Cocksucker.
What
Yeah.
a joke.
Yeah.
He
Well,
probably
what-
didn't want to leave home.
What have you guys been up to? When was the last time, Morgan? When was the last time we had him on?
All right, going back to the Metal Experience archives here.
Do we got to open the vault?
It was like
Open the vault.
like 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it was 2013.
Yeah.
It's all 3 years ago, Morgan.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been doing in 3 years?
Well, after
What are you breaking those over there? What are you doing? Tough guy?
after we came on here, things were still going pretty good. We played a lot of shows, and we started headlining shows in Beecher, where we had you guys come out.
That show was the shit, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, the Beecher shows were always really fun.
July 30th, 2013.
So literally,
Almost literally,
literally
3 years from
Yeah.
today.
What?
The last Tuesday of the month. Cheers, guys.
Hey, thanks,
Prost.
thanks for coming back on.
Salute.
Oh, no. People are venturing over.
But yeah, we were doing it really strong. We kept going. We recorded another EP. We released the EP. We started playing shows, and then things just started falling apart. Like it really sucked. Nobody liked each other. We all hated each other. We still pretty much all hate each other. It's hard for us all to like get more than one of us in a room together without ripping each other's heads off. I mean, it's a battle. But
Well, we got 3 of you in the room tonight.
yeah, and that's surprising. I'll be completely honest with you on that one.
We might need to do a mediate session with you guys.
yeah, we're gonna
Right.
Release the tension
Some
between
Dr.
you and,
Phil
and get you guys
Morgan?
going
yeah,
again.
therapy.
Some
yoga.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Dr. Philippe.
But yeah, we recorded these songs musically. What, like 2 years ago?
Last year.
Last year?
Started last summer.
Yeah. So musically, they've been done for a fucking year, you know, and it just me and Dennis didn't get along for the longest time over the dumbest shit.
Still hate each other.
Literally. But they finally persuaded me to get in the studio, and after I did the first track, which would be Rebirth, that was it. I was dead set. I am going to be a vocalist from now on. Like, it's so much more fun than drums to me. I just really enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun. And I really like how these songs turned out. Like, they are bad fucking ass.
So who's playing drums?
I believe its name is what, Mac Pro?
Its name
Mac
is.
Pro.
Its name is Mac Pro.
Mac Pro.
We call him Kevin.
Kevin is a hell of a drummer. I
Yeah.
mean, some of those drum fills are just like,
Out of this
Mind
world.
yeah,
blowing.
like a
It's-
human
it's-
isn't even doing them. It's crazy.
It's almost like it's a computer.
But yeah, it actually turns out that it's cheaper to do it that way. So it worked out in our favor because we were all pretty much in between jobs at the moment.
You know, you would think that it was cheaper, but trying to get all the drum tracks from one computer to another took way longer than it should have.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
It cost about the same as having somebody actually come in and do the drums.
So fuck it, we'll just have a human do it.
No, I was satisfied with the computer.
You don't want to kick out Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a fucking hell of a dude, and he doesn't back talk. He
Yeah,
does
he
what
doesn't
he's
piss
told.
nobody off.
Hey, as long as he doesn't gain AI and starts.
You can't even fight with Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin
He just stares.
controls you.
Mind blown.
So you guys brought on, it's an EP you
Yeah,
recorded?
yeah. I guess that's really all we ever record. We
And-
don't do albums.
And that was recorded last year. Where'd you guys record it at?
The Nook.
The Nook.
Yeah, I always as first thank Nick DeTivo from the Nook Studios out of New Lenox. Dude's a fucking mad
Genius.
scientist
Yeah, so
of
good.
everything he does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you record metal, you need to go there. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard the new Oceano album, but it is fucking awesome. Our EPs have all been way better than what we really sound.
Come on now. Give yourself some credit.
Works some magic.
Yeah, he does. When I went in there, I sounded like a fucking fairy, and I sounded like a man when I was done. I was impressed. So
That's one way to put it.
sound like a man.
yeah, I sounded like I had a beard, like Luco used to have, and then he shaved.
The mustache.
Yeah, where's the mustache?
He had to shave it
So
because
what I was doing was I would grow the playoff beard for the Blackhawks, and then
He just wanted a secret
I would shave
porn
it
stash.
off, and then just keep the mustache for the summer.
Well, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah. And
Where's
then
the mustache?
my company I work for got bought out, and I was like, oh shit, man, I want to have these giant fucking mustache. I was up for promotion. I'm like, yeah, I'll just shave it and shit, you know.
He just wanted a
I
porn
want- I
stash
just-
for a while.
Had to look regular for at least this year while stuff was going on, but it'll make its comeback most likely next season. So yeah, that was funny. I totally forgot that I had that crazy mustache. Before we started, you guys were like, I didn't recognize without that mustache. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that beast.
Yeah, you look like a baby,
Well,
like a cute little baby.
like a cute.
I wanted to coddle.
Oh my goodness.
you should guess how old he is.
43.
I was gonna say 35.
Nope.
Not even.
60?
64.
64.
No, he's secretly 90 years old.
90 years old. Get
Um,
my walker, sonny.
Well, you got the gray hair.
Jeez.
Yep. Oh, I got enough. I got
Rip
enough to
on him
spare.
about that.
Oh,
Whoa, they fucked up. Did you see that?
I did. That was stupid.
You know, the Cubs just. I'm really
Well-
disappointed. You know, they're pulling what they do every year.
Well, that was the
They-
Sox.
Well, I know this, but the Cubs, they're losing 3-0.
It's just one game.
They lost yesterday.
That's just one game. It's a long season.
See, that's what all Cubs fans say. I am a Cubs fan, but we start out great every year. Every year, it's the same shit. Everyone's, oh, yeah, Cubs. And then towards the end of the season, it's like, what the fuck happened?
If there's any testament to that, it was about a month ago, and this lady was like, because I'm a Sox fan, but I'm also a Cubs fan.
I'm
but when
leaving.
they're
I'm
they're
leaving.
playing against each other, I'm a Sox fan. And people were like,
Unbelievable.
when they went through a tough stretch a little bit ago, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, it's a long season. Every single team is going to go through a tough stretch.
yeah.
Remember in 2015 when the Hawks won the Stanley Cup? They started off and they were killing it.
Yeah.
And then they
The dry spell
then
when they did
they,
the Stadium Series.
It was a Stadium Series
Yep.
against Washington, and after that, like everything was like fucked up, and they would like win, and then they'd lose like 4 in a row,
Yep.
and then they'd win a game, and then they won the Stanley Cup. It's like
yeah. And
I mean, that-
they choked this year.
everything that's gonna happen.
No, yeah, of
You're
course.
gonna have. It's a long season, especially in baseball. It's a long fucking season. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna go. Every single team is gonna go through losing streaks. So Phil, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
It better be
They're
okay.
still they
Hey, man,
they
I'm
just
like-
lost a bunch of games, right? How many have they lost? Like 3 or something.
A lot.
And they're still leading all of baseball.
Yeah, that's
They're
surprising.
still the best
That's
team in
surprising.
baseball. So
Let's just hope they can hold it till the end. It's about time to see the Cubs win a World Series. Even as a Sox fan, you have to admit it would
Yeah.
be fucking awesome to see the Cubs
Yeah.
win the World Series.
It
don't
would
know
be
what the hell they've
sweet
been doing.
to see the Sox and the Cubs play in the World Series.
oh my God, Chicago would burn.
Literally, I say
Chicago
this,
would
they
burn.
They would. They would burn the city down.
There'd be
People would-
rioting. there'd
People
be-
would die.
Could you imagine being a Cubs fan and then seeing the Sox play the Cubs in the World Series and losing to the Sox
Oh,
after
Yeah, absolutely.
It would be
100 and
worse.
some years?
Yeah, it would
Oh,
be
man.
horrible. It would be absolutely horrible. People would die.
Then you would just switch sides.
Cubs fans would never live it down.
No,
Like,
they wouldn't. We would kill ourselves.
Well, enough about that. More about the Metals. the EP you guys brought out tonight, recorded at the Nook. How many
Yes.
tracks?
Trace.
Three songs.
Yep, like every other EP we were recording.
And what's the name of that?
that would be the Rebirth of Sin.
The Rebirth of Sin.
I
Has
like
this
that name.
actually officially been released yet?
Yeah, it was right here today as of right now. I mean, we put the tracks on YouTube, but I mean, right now we gave them to you guys first. Everything is Metal Experience. You know, you guys gave us a huge, boost to our fucking fan base when we were able to go on your show.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're just helping out.
So, the first thing we talked about is, when are we going to release this? What are we going to do? And it was like, well, how are we going to play a show? Not all the members are here. Well, what if just 3 of the members play? And it's like, you know what? Why don't we just go on the Metal Experience again?
Yeah.
So,
Fuck
here we
yeah.
are.
And here you are.
Here we are.
And we are so excited. I've heard all the tracks. I've been waiting to shoot Luco because
Sashumi.
I
Oh, you haven't even heard them.
I haven't not heard them
heard-
yet.
Oh my
you heard a couple because we opened the show with a couple tracks, but we only played White Room and Colorblind, so Rebirth he hasn't heard yet. Well,
Rebirth-
he can't remember.
Rebirth is the best one, in my opinion. I think it's our best song, and it's written completely about Dennis.
Ooh.
Wait, which one's this?
Yeah,
Because on my phone, all the names are mixed up.
the Rebirth
Like
is
the
our
Rebirth is
intro
White
song.
Room, White Room is Colorblind,
The-
Colorblind is...
Rebirth is our old intro song.
Okay.
Written completely about Dennis. It's literally, this is a first, I believe. I don't know any other bands that have done this, but have given the ability for the vocalist to talk nothing but shit about another member. I mean, it was very, it was needed. I don't know. We were going through a really rough patch in our friendship, and we just let it out.
There's a lot of whining.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
How long have you guys known each other?
God, too long.
Oh my God. Yeah, I basically lived at his house for 4 months. And
For a while,
When we were in high school, literally every day we spent together since about his freshman year, my sophomore year of high school, up until about 2.5 years ago. So.
Well, because what? Like, you didn't even know how to play drums. You
No,
never
no
touched
idea.
a drum set
No
when we
idea
started
how.
jam together.
I
saw
lied.
Saw him play Rock Band one day.
I
Like,
know.
He's got some rhythm. Maybe he can learn how to play drums. I went back and listened to the first Metal Experience show that we were on
Oh, yeah?
the other day. Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
And God, I don't want to talk about it. But
I mean, it's up there forever. You might as well.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
but there was one segment, like small portion, where we actually did talk about this, and you were like, "Oh, I've never touched a drum set before you guys came to me." And
Yeah, never. You guys walked into McDonald's and I lied and said, "Yeah, I know how to play drums," and the rest is history. And here we are with
More music?
Yeah, more music. Guns N' Roses doesn't have shit on us. Like that whole Axl Slash feud.
they got full length albums.
It ain't shit. I mean, I don't think they were inches away from beating each other to death.
I'm sure they have been in those
you
instances where
think
they've
so?
been strung out on a lot of drugs.
Yeah, we were sober though.
Yeah,
Some
so
other
there's
time.
probably a little bit more extreme.
Yeah, and I just it was a bad fallout, but here we are.
When?
I
Which
mean,
one?
the past 2 years.
Which Fallout?
Which
Because there's like
one?
7 of them.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
one?
Wow.
actually, I went to record the first song, which would have been Rebirth, the one talking shit about him, and we got into an argument about the songs.
Oh.
The day of,
And
or the day before.
I said I wasn't going to do them, I was done. I quit again. And I guess I never really quit. I was fired.
No joke. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, why don't
Okay.
we go ahead and play a track? Why don't we go ahead and play this one we've been talking about? You said it was called Rebirth?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
All right, Rebirth off of the Rebirth of Sin EP. Strength in numbers. Let's do it.
After all the burdens we fought through, thinking this was meant to be, nightmares in the truth, becoming reality. This really is the end of a family. I realize your lies, they are broken. I am not to blame for your ignorance, your selfishness, or intolerance. I've fought a losing battle for far too long. All these scars that will never heal. The bigger picture fades. Wraps the world, turns to black. The marks on your heart must be so hard to bear. Open your picture face. Wraps the world, turns to black. The marks on your heart must be so hard to bear. Why live too long and die alone? Hearts of gold turn to rust and soul. I am oblivious to the people you become. Lie in the shallow grave you dug for yourself. Left all alone for the final time. This family's not what it used to be. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Fuck this shit, I quit. I won't live my life to please a person. I won't cater to the cowards you'll become. I won't live my life to please a person. I won't cater to the cowards you'll become. the rest that they become. Yes.
Well, I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
Welcome back to the Metal Experience, everybody. This is Luco Colombo.
That's
was
me.
Strength in Numbers. That was Rebirth you just heard off of
perfect.
Strength in Numbers' new EP, The Rebirth of Sin. So tell me, Phil, how did the
That was perfect.
That
Actually, that was better than
You
me.
had a really professional
What do you-
sounding voice.
What are you doing
like,
every single Tuesday?
that was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
It
was
was really
blown away
good. Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Proud of you.
Well,
Proud of
That
you.
was really good.
know.
Proud
That
of
was
you.
real good.
Aw.
Proud of you, son. So that recording. So now that you guys are all over the place, how was that whole recording process? Who recorded what?
Take it away, Dennis.
All right, so check it out.
Check it out.
After our last show, I cannot remember, was it 2 years ago?
Was the last show we played a home show?
It was at Mojo's with Oceano.
That was seriously.
Yes, it was. I think it was May 2014.
Yep.
That was the last show you played.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 years
That's a
ago.
pretty
No
sweet
joke.
last show you played so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oceano? The show sucked, like, in all honesty.
No, it was really bad.
What do you mean?
It was miserable.
We played horribly.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was I
horribly.
wasn't bad. I'm talking down on everybody. Since then, well, like Phil was saying earlier, everybody got into a big fight, argument, as you know, common occurrence with Strength in Numbers.
It got to the point where every time we hung out, it was like,
An
so
argument.
are we doing this, or are we done, or what?
Well, everybody got real busy with their own lives, you know. When Strength in Numbers started out, we were all kind of kids, a little bit.
Just
and
like high school and
having fun.
normal stuff, yeah.
And everybody kind of started to grow up a little bit, and the Sox game is distracting me.
As he's turning, everyone, he's turning.
What happened? Fuck.
So you're growing up.
Growing up, everybody kind of, well, got jobs in school and everything like that. And I'm a huge fucking asshole, and I'm stubborn, and I wanted things to go my way, and didn't really give anybody else any opportunities to kind of put their input in.
Oh, Dennis, you asshole.
Yeah, truth.
Oh, you have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
But I mean, Phil's the same way too.
You have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
So when you got two people being like that, it was kind of a immediate shutdown of all things teamwork related.
Yeah, so when like me and Dennis were firing, you know, all cylinders together, it was perfect because I'm more business oriented, so I would take care of all that shit, and Dennis was more musical oriented, so he would take care of all that, and it worked perfectly. But we started butting heads, and it didn't work out anymore, so I quit, or so I thought.
So there was a big group chat on Facebook with all the band members, all 6 of us, and
That blew up.
I'm trying to remember what it was. It was
Something little.
oh, Jeremy. This is all Jeremy's fault. Fuck that cocksucker. No, it really is. It really is. No joke. No, okay, so check this out. Jeremy decided to be a big dickhead and moved to Washington or Oregon, whatever the fuck it is. He lives on a big mountain somewhere
Wow,
in the
so
middle
we
of
still
nowhere.
don't even know where he lives.
He's a hermit.
He's not
Someplace
here,
on the
so-
West
he's,
Coast.
he's a mountain hermit. And he was like, I'm leaving in August. So me and Jake and Jeremy, well, it was kind of my idea to be like, all right, let's go back to the studio, do something with Jeremy one more time. And I think it kind of split down the middle a little bit.
Well, it was me and Alex
And-
against the three of you, and Taylor just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I actually
No,
recently.
at that point, nobody informed me about anything.
Yeah, no, it was
From then
You
until
can't even say that. There was a
recently.
big Facebook group chat on that.
It was a shit show, and it was Team Alex and Dennis versus Team Jake, Jeremy, and Dennis. And it got ugly
so-
quick.
So Jeremy was like, I'm leaving. And I was like, let's go back to the studio or play a show or something one more time with Jeremy. Because he's, Jeremy. Fucking asshole. And
So
Alex and Phil were kind of like, no, we don't have the funds. We're not ready. Which was the truth. I won't deny that.
and my big thing was when we went to the studio to record, what was it? The Echoes, our second EP. It was horrible. We were totally disorganized. We spent a lot more money than we should have, and I was like, we need to, learn these songs a little better. And they were like, no, let's just go in head first, record these songs, and do it.
Well, yeah. It was about spending time with Jeremy, though.
Yeah.
Was from my point of view.
Yeah.
But, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
Was
either.
that also at the Nook?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Everything we've ever recorded was at the Nook, which is why it sounds so good. We suck.
And so it kind of blew up. It was like me, Jake, and Jeremy like, oh, let's go to the studio. Alex and Phil like, oh, no, we're not ready. And Taylor, I don't really know, like,
I wasn't ready for anything.
what you
'cause
were saying in there or, like,
Yeah.
what was going on with you.
We just sucked as friends and as people.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
we were
so-
just really bad.
It came down to us arguing through Facebook. Terrible. If you're in a band, don't ever have a group chat with your band members.
Horrible.
Just talk in person or over the
Horrible
phone or
idea.
something.
Horrible.
But eventually it turned into me saying, all right, fuck you guys. We're going to the studio. If you don't want to come, we'll do drum tracks on Kevin. And
Kevin!
we'll do it
coming
instrumentally.
in clutch.
Kevo!
That's what happened. And then it was kind of turned into like, oh, Phil, just come
And
do
then it
this.
turned out that Kevin was a way better drummer than me. Alex was actually never really informed, like, hey, they really went to the studio and they really recorded these songs. But previously, me and Alex, I went to Las Vegas with him for his 21st birthday.
Does Alex right now know that you guys have a new CD out?
Yes,
Oh,
he
okay.
does. Yeah, no, he's not.
Had no
completely-
idea.
No.
Anybody who has Facebook knows
I
that there's a
mean-
new CD.
We're dicks, but we're not like that big of dicks. We didn't like block him and delete him, but no, he knew.
I found out when I opened up my laptop to do homework, and my Dropbox was like, "Hey, new song 1, 2,
okay, so we
3,"
are
and I'm
that
like,
big of dicks.
huh?
Yep.
Really?
But Alex, he wanted to pursue a career in art. He's now a tattoo artist.
We did
which is,
hear this.
Yeah, which is awesome. He's doing really good.
Tattoos.
He does.
Has he done any on you?
amazing
I know that you have a
tattoos.
ton.
Yeah, no, I have
Not
none
yet.
from him. I'm skeptical, and if he listens to this, I love you, Alex. I really do. But I know Alex, and like his attention is just like zebras, TV, zebra. Like it's all over the place. So it's like I feel like I couldn't sit down and get a tattoo from him. I don't know. I most likely will. But yeah, everything I've seen from him is absolutely amazing. So then it turned into, all right, they asked me to do the vocals for it, and I was like, all right, whatever. I wrote the lyrics for our songs anyways, so I was like, yeah, I can do this. It's pretty easy, right? I just get on the phone, I get on the microphone, and I scream. It's not
Get
that
on
hard.
the phone.
Yeah, microphone, whatever. Thank you, Luco. Shut up.
Yeah, so that's what happened. I mean, basically, like we said earlier, I'm a big cocksucker, and I said my way or get the fuck out. That's what happened.
And yeah, then the rest is pretty much history. I recorded the song. We got in another argument, and then I said I quit again, and found out I would never quit in the first place. I was fired, so I was fired, and then I quit, and then I rejoined. I did the tracks, and now here we are.
So then did Jake record on this?
Yes, Jake did.
Okay.
It was. Oh god, this is gonna sound.
And Jeremy.
Jake, Jeremy, Dennis, and myself. We're the only 4 actual members to record this.
So Alex, your vocalist, didn't even record any vocals.
No.
He wasn't notified until after the fact.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Oh my, you goofy guys.
No, it's okay. You can call us.
No, I
horrible
take
people.
all responsibility.
You
for
fucking
it, though.
assholes.
I am a fucking asshole.
So how are you guys feeling now as a group? The music's out. You guys.
It sounds killer. We've heard.
time.
I've heard one track so far. It sounded sweet.
It has.
Me and Dennis have been going back and forth. Since we've been in every band I've ever been in was with Dennis. And since then we've always talked about an album. And yet here we are, 17,000 EPs later, no
Three,
fucking
actually.
album.
3,
So I believe
2, 3.
I believe it's
Three.
time for us to
Three.
do an album. Will it be Strength in Numbers? Probably not. It'll be a different name, but as far as members go, it'll probably still be about the same members. But since Jeremy left, I believe it's not the same. You know, if you change members, it's not the same.
Right.
So, Strength in Numbers, this was it. You know, unfortunately, not
Don't
all
hit my
members got to record on it. But I wrote the lyrics for Rebirth for the people who weren't included because Dennis is a dick.
True.
True. So, you know, we here we are. I don't really know what else to say. We're here. And music is still going to be a big part of our future.
Now, what was the reaction of everybody, current and past members, when they heard the music for this EP?
I loved it.
Dennis, you're a fucking dick. That's what it was. At least that's all I got was you didn't include me. That was Alex. But Alex
Is that really what he said?
Not really. I mean, kind of in a way. He told. I mean, I kind of tried to reach out. I'm really bad at being empathetic, like being apologetic about things. So when I kind of reached out and tried, I mean, I deserved it, but I didn't really get the response I was hoping for. Especially when I talked to him in person, he was kind of like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I saw him about on the 4th of July, and he heard the songs on Dropbox. He said he really dug them. He actually said, I have a good voice, which is surprising because he shot me down. Dennis is my witness all the time whenever I did anything like that. And I think that was more so of just like I'm the vocalist type thing. So he didn't really want me to do it, which I understand because I feel the same way now. Like
But
it's my spot.
sorry. My bad.
No, go ahead. It's all you.
Oh, you're so
God
cute.
damn it, I don't know.
Back and forth.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of reached out. Alex didn't really. Well, I mean, he was kind of in a way forgiving. He was like, "I understand." Blah blah blah. Taylor. I mean, honestly, I didn't even know you were gonna be here tonight, and I feel. I mean, I sent you that message on Facebook, you and Alex both, and again, I'm sorry for everything I did and said.
We're
And
having a Dr. Phil moment up on the metal experience.
I mean, I'm just trying to say,
How
like,
does that make you
Let me just
feel?
check to see if I'm still recording this, and we're still good. It's noted. It's documented forever.
I told you this is going to be a very interesting show.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, I don't know. Phil, I could care less about.
Fuck me.
Fuck Phil.
He'll be my best friend for fucking ever, but God forbid. I mean, sometimes like if he were to get hit by if theoretically he were to get hit by a car, I'm not so sure I would be the slightest bit.
No.
You know, which is
Upset.
really, really funny because I have actually hit Dennis with a car before.
True.
What?
Yeah.
And not at a slow speed. Like, I was going about 20 miles an hour. What? I thought
Fucking asshole.
if
was
we-
this during one of your fights?
Oh no, check this out.
I've
This
almost
was
been run over
Actually,
by one of them.
I
before.
lied. We haven't recorded every EP at the Nook. We recorded one with our buddy.
TJ.
Yeah, but
TJ.
that wasn't
Jakes.
Strength in Numbers.
No, it wasn't
There
Strength
was,
in Numbers. You're right. So I
Ruins of
didn't.
Arcadia.
What was it?
No,
necessarily-
Exaltation.
Or was it
Yeah.
Runes of Arcadia?
No, it was Exaltation.
This was an old band.
And we were
You used
fucking
the
around,
Exaltation.
and Dennis was standing
Yeah.
in the road. I thought he was gonna move.
I thought you were gonna stop. I was like, "Oh, you're my friend driving a car straight at me." Like, "Yeah, you'll stop. No big deal. I'll be fine." Oh nope.
I didn't stop.
Hit by a car. That's
That
okay. I hit
was-
Jake
What
with
kind
the
of car was it?
A Civic.
That was over 6
Civic.
years
It
ago.
was a Honda Civic.
Actually, another funny story with cars and actually pertaining to Strength in Numbers. Our first show that we played as Strength in Numbers was with Amir and Static X.
What?
Wow. We had thinking about
Yeah.
that now, we had a really good intro show and a really good outro show.
Yeah.
our first show we played with Amir and Static X, and we were like, oh, let's have like a band sleepover because that's cool.
And unheard of,
Yeah.
it's super
That's
common.
awesome.
But I mean, at the time we all spent every waking moment together.
Every day.
So
yeah.
we all got to my house. We had a couple drinks. We weren't 18 at the time. So we got drunk off of like
Where's he
a
going?
beer.
Alex and I were talking about this the other night.
Dennis, you still have headphones on if you were planning on walking somewhere.
Who's driving him home?
And Alex
Oh, good call, dude. Good call.
Oh my gosh.
Alex passed out drunk, and me and Dennis were like, oh, this is a great opportunity.
Perfect opportunity.
We went into his car, took his air vents out, and put flour in his air vents.
Dumped a ton of it.
This kid turned his air vents on, and I shit you not,
He
got
barrel rolled
smacked
out.
in the face with flour and barrel rolled out of his car. And then, to make it even better, he forgot about it, didn't clean it out. Really?
You okay over there?
And like 2
It's
weeks,
too smooth of a jazz for Dennis.
It's too much alcohol.
2 weeks
Hello,
passed.
hello. Okay,
2
cool.
weeks passed, and he went to turn his air on.
The motherfucker crashed into a ditch.
On his way to school. So it's cold out. He went to turn the heat on.
He called me when I was at work and was like, "You fucking asshole! I'm stuck in a ditch. Flour smacked me in the face again." Like, oh.
And not to mention, he's like, "Why is my car making a weird noise? You guys
Yeah.
put a potato in the tailpipe." So not only is he blinded by a ton of flour, he's like, "My car is going." Like, why?
And it's funny because Alex actually turned out to be like the person I spent the most time with in the
Mm-hmm.
band, and I was so mean to him.
We were
Every
fucking
time.
cocksuckers to him. No joke though, he broke my giant fork on a stop sign, so he can
Sounds
go,
like you deserved
he
it.
can go
man.
screw
That's
himself.
the fork I gave to you.
Giant fork?
Yeah.
Yep. And I have a wooden spoon to match. Still do.
But yeah, I mean, the shit that we did as a band, I mean, we pretty much like, if looking back at it now, like we knew we were gonna fail. Like it was nothing but alcohol and drugs. Like we were famous in our minds, and that's what fucked us up.
That's all that counts though.
Yeah, me and Alex would get drunk every night. I mean, we would drink to literally the high heavens in my garage. And if you guys have never seen my garage, but it's a shithole.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Stealing lawnmowers.
Yes, I mean, we were getting drunk. We were going to my
Baby
neighbors'
Jesus.
houses and stealing things.
Come on, we
just 'cause
cannot
it was
say that
funny.
stuff.
You were stealing stuff
potted
from your
tree.
neighbors?
Garbage cans.
Trees.
What-
Like
you stole a
real-
tree from them?
Yeah, they had like a tree planted, and Alex came back holding a tree and was like, "Look
In
at
a
what I
pot.
got."
So you stole a tree from your neighbor.
Oh,
Did you plant it in your yard?
No, we gave it back.
No, it was like
Um,
I wasn't
there-
planning on drinking that night, and I was sitting there watching everybody talking. Everybody leaves and comes back with a whole bunch of stolen shit from the neighbors. I'm like, give me a beer. Fuck this.
The absolute worst, and I seriously pray to God that no one who's gotten stolen has ever heard is going to hear this. But me and Dennis got so drunk. It was December, and we were in a garage drinking. So that goes to show how big of alcoholics we were. My neighbor has a nativity scene.
Oh god. I didn't
Stole
do
baby
this.
Jesus?
We stole
They
baby
stole
Jesus.
baby
Yes.
Jesus.
To make matters
You
worse,
damn anti-Christians.
Desecrated him.
we wrote satanic things all over baby Jesus.
Oh, nice,
All the
nice.
tattoos.
And then did you return him?
No, we were going to, and I looked.
Did you
at
burn him?
No, I still have him. These people sent a message and said, this nativity scene was a gift from our great
Oh no.
great grandfather. And I was like, oh, I feel like a piece of shit. I can't return baby Jesus with swastikas and
Yes,
and
you can.
666. So I feel like I'm going to someday.
One day?
Just not today.
Wait, do they have a nativity set that they put up without baby Jesus?
Yes. It's still not there.
And they're like, 1 year, them damn kids are gonna return our baby Jesus.
I got another idea.
Wait,
Just
so-
print a picture of baby Jesus in this one.
So if this is all your neighbor, after you like return the tree, they're like, it's got to be fucking Phil.
Oh, well,
keep
yeah,
stealing
So
all
it
of
was
our shit.
A bunch of different people, wasn't it?
I was definitely the troublemaker of my town. Like, I was that kid in detention every day.
That kid.
So it was, yeah, they definitely know it was me, but they can't prove it was me. So it's.
Open your garage
I mean,
and they see all
now-
the stuff you've stole, all the trees you've stolen out of their yard.
So where is this baby Jesus now?
I can't. It's Area 51.
I feel like I had the wrong, not the wrong, but I had a different view of you guys because I mean we saw you playing at church, in like matching attire, and you look so sweet and innocent. I mean we eat enchiladas at Dennis's house
Dennis,
and
your
spent
dad made
hours talking to
enchiladas.
your father.
Which is really fun because, like, literally everything that had to do with music, we took 110% serious.
and it
Like,
showed absolutely.
we had
0%.
2 rules, and I believe one of them we broke all the time, and it was get a good night's sleep before a
Oh,
show.
yeah. No,
so
that
never
never
happened.
worked.
But we never were drunk playing a show. We never were doing drugs during a show.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time. And
I know exactly what you're talking about, but that show was a joke anyways. So
ran back and forth.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as the music was, we took it seriously. In my opinion, we have a very different style of music than most bands in the area. So it was always harder to get shows and get people moving. But
You're not excused.
we took the music very seriously.
Girl, you know what I'm doing. Come on.
Luco's not even paying attention.
Sorry.
Have you played any shows on this EP yet, or played any of these songs live?
Colorblind. Colorblind is a super old song. Actually, it was from our first band, Exaltation.
It was from before that, actually.
For the Fallen.
That
or
was
whatever.
when me and Alex, when we were in like 7th and 8th grade together, that's when we started jamming.
And think about that. That song, you've heard it, and it's insane musically. Insane musically. He wrote that in 7th grade.
me and Alex wrote it together.
7th grade.
That's crazy.
God,
You
what is that?
youngin.
Well, and obviously you've had some time too to sit with it and to evolve it more. But I mean, for
No,
you,
it's like for
Really?
the most part, it's
No.
Yeah,
The
no,
same
it's
thing.
spot on.
it's super intricate
The-
for being
yeah,
for a
the-
7th grader.
no, I
And
swear
what-
we have an old like home recorded version of it from it would have been almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
About
just
8
about.
years now, and I still got it on my computer. And same damn thing. The only thing that's different is
the
the
lyrics.
very last breakdown. Instead of there's a trombone solo. So check this out. There was no trombone solo.
See, I
and-
told you
Who
evolved
played
it.
the trombone?
Yeah.
I did.
Dennis did.
His
It's
profile
horrible.
picture has him with this
Did
thing.
you just have a trombone laying around?
Well, I played trombone since 5th grade, and I went
Boy,
to
trombone player.
I studied classical trombone performance and music composition.
I didn't even know that
after
was a thing.
high school. So
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
surprising. It is.
So the
Not
trombone
surprising.
solo on the song is horribly out of tune. And if my trombone professor, ever heard me like play that, like he would whoop my fucking ass just because it's so bad. But that's the only thing that's different from the original version.
I was told to specifically write about I don't know if you guys are like know anything about the Bible. Do you?
The Bibble?
The Bibble?
Yeah, the
The
Bible.
Bibble.
Some.
Yeah, a couple,
there's-
2 or 3
Ish,
things.
Bibble.
Nineveh, what is it? The City of Stone?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that was what that song was supposed to be about. I was told specifically, like, hey, this is the lyrics that you have to write for this song, and I didn't. And so,
that is
Baby
what
Jesus.
triggered the big fight the day you were in the studio. Actually,
Colorblind turned into, like, this serious, like, society song.
it's like some Martin Luther King shit.
Yeah, and I feel as if it's, like, really good lyrically. I feel as if it's like Michael Jackson's Black or White if he were to record metal today. It's like surprisingly good. Except I talk shit about what's her name? Beyonce?
Mhm.
Yeah, Beyonce. She has that crappy song Formation.
She's got a bunch of crappy songs.
Yeah.
ladies.
I don't believe in Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. Every life matters.
No
lives matter.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
well, we're on a metal show. Yeah. Kill them all. Kill them all. So that's where that song came from. But yeah, that feuded a really big argument. And I was like, really? Because this song is really good lyrically now, and it's really good musically now. And it just, whatever. I'm just a dick.
Dick.
Always has been, always will be.
Well, why don't we go ahead and play that track? We have. Is that one of the tracks you brought tonight?
Yeah, I think honestly that's my favorite song off the EP. As old as it is, but I really feel like that is the best song on this EP.
And what was the name of that track?
Colorblind?
Colorblind.
Colorblind.
Nineveh.
Yeah, well,
Nineveh.
Yeah, Nineveh.
That was the original name.
And what does that mean?
It's
It's
the
about
City
the,
of Stone.
City of Stone.
The Bible
The
crap.
biblical-
The Bible.
Yeah.
All right.
The Bible.
Here we go.
All right. Well, let's do it. Colorblind. Strength in numbers.
Are you gonna
On the Metal Experience. Whoa.
I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
We are Conniption, and I am Michael Brigham.
I'm Bill House.
Andy Martin.
Cody Juke.
And you're listening to The Metal Experience.
And we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze.
You forgot the woo!
And I am not Luco Blaze or the Chinless Hair of Knowledge, but they are here as well. And we are here once again with our friends in Strength in Numbers. It's been exactly almost 3 years since the last time they were with us.
Exactly almost 3 years.
Exactly.
Because that makes
It's been exactly
a lot of
almost,
sense. Think about
almost.
that for a minute. And we just heard another track off of The Rebirth of Sin that was called Colorblind. What a fantastic track that was.
Fantastic tune. And what was that lyrically about again?
Just society as a whole, with the whole, shit going on with the whole everything being desegregated. Everyone should just really come together. We're all humans. Like, what the fuck?
Humans
That's it.
beings.
We're humans. Like, let's get our shit together and just start acting like human beings. And that's pretty much it, And I talk shit about Beyonce, and I tell her to suck my dick.
Human beings.
And
Humans beings.
Come to find out,
Human beans?
Beans.
Human.
Lagoons.
At the time, we didn't think about the whole intro with the Pokemon thing that Luco apparently has no idea because
He's not cool enough.
I don't watch Pokemon. I'm a fucking.
Do you want to be the
grown-up,
very
guys.
best, like no one ever
He
was?
doesn't understand these references because he's not cool enough,
Do you
guys.
want to catch them?
It's official.
No.
Yeah, so
I don't want anything to do with them.
It worked perfectly for the time being with the whole Pokemon Go thing coming out. So I mean, I'm really hoping people actually listen to these songs because we went on that 2.5 year hiatus.
Hiatus. Hoitus.
These really are the best songs that we've released. So we're just trying to get it out there. And a show.
Fuck yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Now, you guys, really quickly, before we talk to the Chinless Hair of Knowledge here, your album artwork is another design that I would never have had expected from you guys.
It's fucking awesome, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over and go see it.
Who designed
You
this?
have to see it. Like, the album artwork is completely amazing. Because you think of metalcore
I mean,
albums, and it's not like
I know this was Taylor's idea.
Oh, absolutely not.
Of course.
Had no idea
Yeah.
until I saw it on Facebook.
We've always thought of ourselves as like the outcast of the metal genre because we don't really fit in with deathcore. We don't really fit in with metalcore. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm in the band. I don't really know what to classify our music as. I mean, what would you guys classify our music as?
Midwest metal.
Midwest metal's you can classify yourself as whatever you feel comfortable with. You have a lot of different elements working.
Yeah, so I mean...
Jazz.
Yes,
Ooh,
exactly.
yeah.
So I was like, you know what?
Ooh, bop bop booty bop bow.
We're gonna step outside the boundary
Moo.
and get low. Like
Get
jazz.
low.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, you know what? Let's step outside. Let's do something that no metalcore band really does, and release more of like a deathcore, gory, just disturbing image. And Baby Sin was born on a pile of guts with the serpent wrapped around his arm with a crown of thorns on its head. And I showed my grandmother this, and
I bet she loved it.
She really thought I was possessed.
Yeah.
And
You were the Antichrist?
Yeah, she really did. She called the pastor over.
It's not like it's different from any other thing. Just
Hey,
tell her so.
Yeah, this is no bullshit. She called the pastor over.
Have you shown her baby Jesus that you stole?
No, she has no idea.
Grandma,
And-
wait till you see what's in the garage.
Pretty much.
Come
she
check
called
out
the-
baby Jesus.
She called the pastor over to like actually have a talk with me and be like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, do you need
What did you
help?"
tell
Did you speak Latin to the pastor?
And I was just like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just trying to like express myself musically. I feel like this fits our music. And he was like, well, what do you play? And I showed him our music, and he looked at me as if like, why aren't you releasing some like gospel alternative music? And it's just like,
Shut the fuck up, father.
I just kind of walked away because I don't want to disrespect the guy. He's a pastor, for Christ's sake. You know, and
Literally.
Amen.
I just walked away, you know, but
And the name of the
Scotty Bates is the one who designed this artwork. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this artwork is like nothing I've seen before. He's from the UK. Another guy that we work with closely from the UK is a guy named Scott Rudd. And if you've seen any lyric video ever made by pretty much any famous band, he's the one who's done it.
Paul Rudd's brother, right?
I have no.
Wait, no.
Hey, real quick.
Think about that.
Real quick. I hate to get sidetracked, but I'm holding this empty beer bottle, and I'm just kind of wondering, you know those things where people get the ships in the
How
bottle?
drunk are you right now?
No, I'm
Dennis?
not. I'm not.
Very.
This is just how
Okay.
my mind works.
No, he's drunk because he has
Very.
sunglasses on and he's talking
No,
about
I'm
a
not.
beer bottle.
No, I'm not.
He reminds me a lot of
We're in a basement.
Andy Samberg. Right
Doesn't
now.
he? Doesn't he?
Like he looks like he could be in the Lonely Island video. I'm on a boat. Like,
I'm on a boat.
there's-
Look at
there's
me,
a
motherfucker.
box.
I'm on a motherfucking boat.
had sex.
And it
No, I didn't
No,
get a
out of all
picture.
seriousness, how do they get the boats in the bottles?
So
They
They
build
take-
them inside
yeah,
the bottle.
they
Shut
do.
the fuck
Little
up. Like, how do you
tools.
build
No,
a
no,
bottle?
no.
Like a
Little
With a
tools.
bunch of
Itty bitty
tweezers
what it is
and
Little
little bits.
tools.
is it?
No,
it's-
don't tell him the
Hold on,
truth.
hold on. Luca would know because he's old.
I've seen this before.
He's old, but he's in
My
disguise.
gray hair-
Dennis isn't ready for the
My
truth.
gray hair knowledge.
Thinking.
So it's this little flat thing, right? And it
What
slides in the
is a
fucking thing, right? In the bottle.
Slides in the hole.
And then you got
I
this
feel
hook.
like this is
You got this hook, and you hook on something, you just
innuendo?
fucking pull it, and it
And it'd
opens
be
up.
yar, matey.
So like you put it in flat, and then you put this hook in, and then hold
So
on.
the whole
So you put
boat
this through the
is
hole, right?
going in
yeah.
flat.
And then I've seen this. It's going in flat, and then you got this hook, and it hooks onto
birds-
something on the thing, and you just pull it backwards, and the boat opens up.
I
and
like-
the correct
So you're
words. Something
Luca-
on the thing.
So you're like, what the fuck? Did you build that boat? And you're like, fuck yeah, I built that boat in there.
the
but
little
actually, you
tools
just
and building
little
it
tool.
piece by piece in the bottle is a better answer.
It sounds like
So this
some
was-
Yeah, you
Doctor
could do
Who
that.
Sound like
shit.
you're
This
putting
is-
too much sense
It's
into
like
this.
something straight
witchcraft.
out of Doctor Who.
This was literally
going
this
on?
is a complex innuendo.
This was the birds and the bees as discussed by the metal.
You guys made
Yeah.
a horrible decision
Yeah. So you
by
put
having
this-
us come back on
Put this hook.
We are
Actually, this
so
was
sorry.
Phil's
Put this hook
decision
in.
of
You
reaching
rip out
out
the
to us and being like,
entrails
"Hey, we're
and-
back,"
Well,
and we
this
were
is
like,
some
"Yes,
episode.
yes, we,
This
yes,
is your
we want
fault
to hear
for
you."
it's your fault for being like, yeah.
Yeah,
In a
absolutely.
heartbeat.
Come on in. This
Do you know
is
how
the
much
address.
fun we had last time
Oh,
with you?
you're
Yeah,
lying.
but
And now we got
it's a
alcohol.
little
I mean,
warm.
you
At
listened
least
to the
it's-
interview.
better.
At least
Speaking
it's
of
cooler.
alcohol, I'll be right back.
All right, good.
Necessary.
Good thing I
yes.
didn't have to remind you had headphones on.
So we
Yeah.
got to figure out what
Jesus.
alcohol is now.
Like he needs it.
Yes, Scott Rudd, SR Film. If you need anything lyric video, I believe he does digital video too. He's not that expensive. We're doing a 3D video.
Say what, girlfriend?
Yeah, which is like all the rave, because of virtual reality and
So
everything.
will I have to wear my 3D glasses?
Yes.
I do have a pair.
Can I do photos?
The
I mean,
the ideas that he had for it were like out of this world. So it was supposed to be out. No, like I'm not talking shit about him at all.
Motherfucker.
He just finished up a video for OTEP. So, you know, he's a
Damn.
busy guy, and I'm sure these companies pay him literally 4 times as much as I did for this video to get it out sooner. But that's going to be coming out soon. I am so excited. It's going to be so cool. It's like no one's ever done from this scene. You know, we just like to break boundaries. We're that band.
For
We're-
what? Which song?
We're that band. The Rebirth. This ultimate talking shit song about band members.
Perfect.
And you know, if you guys
Is there a
find-
concept behind what he's doing, or?
Yes, it's all about the deterioration of a band. I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it, but it is badass.
Have you
is
seen it yet?
badass. I've seen a couple screenshots of it,
Okay.
and it's awesome.
So what's the ETA on this?
Awesome. Soon, very
Soon.
soon.
soon
I
is a
talked to him.
specific date.
I talked to him today. He's in the process of moving and finishing the OTEP video. He said as soon as he's done with the OTEP one, he's moving on to ours. So a couple days, maybe a week or two. You know, if you guys want to hit him up and be like, I want to see that strength numbers.
I want to see that shit right now.
But yeah, it's gonna be wicked.
And so with the CD of the music we've been playing tonight, what So it's officially released. Yes?
Yes, as of right now.
As of right meow. And how can
Right
everyone
meow.
find all that music and or purchase and or download and or all the good stuff?
There's no purchasing.
Okay.
No purchasing. Steal our music. Take it from YouTube. Find it. Do whatever you have to do. Find it. I differ very from.
You know what? We'll just put it up on Facebook on our music player, and there will be a little button that says free download.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna
There
do.
we go.
I don't. People shouldn't have to pay for this. We took too long as it is. Just it's free. Listen to it. Share it.
Rock
break
out.
someone's
You know-
face to it. Burn a house. Steal a baby Jesus. Hit someone with a car.
Can I burn a church?
That and
Yeah,
and
you can.
We've never really been about making money. That too. So like we don't care about the money. We just do it for fun.
Yeah, it's just
At
our-
least I do. Phil's a cocksucker, and he doesn't do it for fun. His main goal
is to purchase more baby Jesuses.
Yes,
and just make my
And
life
draw
as difficult as he
swastikas on
can
'em.
possibly make it.
Yeah, no, that is I was put on this earth to make Dennis's life. a living
So
hell.
Sounds
when
about right.
Strength
Whoever
in Numbers was first formed, like, listen, we have one goal. We're going to make music. That's not the main goal, but we're going to make money off this. The money that we make, we're going to buy all these little baby Jesuses.
Draw them
Desecrate.
So I can
swastikas.
draw swastikas and
And s-
pentagrams all over
yes.
them and chuck them in my garage.
Yes,
Taylor
That
did
is
not
my hit.
approve of this message.
Taylor was like,
She's just
I'm
I'm
in.
not seeing anything right now.
Hey, speaking of
just
that,
give
you
me
know,
another beer.
That's another really big issue of why we broke up. Me and Alex were like serious alcoholics. I mean, we would drink every day, all
Yeah.
the time, and we would spend band money on it. And it got to the point where it was
Fuck
like
you.
nobody wanted to talk to us because we just got drunk all the time. There was we were 19, 20 years old getting drunk all the time.
Yeah.
How do you get alcohol? Well, you go to the fucking store.
don't give away secrets for the
I'm
younger
not
You're gonna get him in
generation.
trouble.
in the ghetto where they don't card you.
In the
And
ghetto.
that's where
Yeah.
we got all our alcohol with band money.
So you risked your lives to get drunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't do the same thing?
But,
Listen,
like,
I did the
we
same
would-
thing, yeah.
We would walk in with like
That's what you do.
$250 and buy like a plethora of alcohol.
I didn't have that. Oh, jeez.
All right,
you guys
speaking,
were fucking.
speaking of alcohol, somebody, I don't know who it was, I think it might have been you, Luco, is mentioned kitty cocktail.
That's
earlier.
him.
Yeah, I'm rocking one right now. They're delicious.
You got the alcoholic version?
Yeah, of course.
the Dirty Shirley.
The Dirty Shirley.
Not to confuse with the dirty Sanchez.
Jesus.
This
Oh
is
my-
a half-hour long video. What are you trying to get me not to talk for the next half hour?
I
half
sent
hour long video
I sent
of what?
Dennis a video of how to make a boat in a bottle.
Oh my god.
He wanted to know so bad. You
Dennis,
might as well see it in person.
Now you
Video
have 30
tutorial.
minutes to learn how to make a boat in a bottle.
And if you can't,
I want you to build
We're
a
gonna do
ship
it
fucking
tonight.
Was I-
right now.
Before we're done.
was I
here.
correct? That's what they do,
I don't know.
right?
I didn't watch it. I just sent him the link on YouTube.
You got to
Dennis,
start
how
making
much
that
you
ship
want?
right now.
Copy paste.
Yeah, I
Copy
think
paste exactly.
I think I've seen that. You know what? I think I saw that in a movie. Like this old dude was like, "Man, I'm super old," and he fucking was making this boat in the bottle, and that's
So
what he did.
you believed
So
magic
it was actually
the
real
right
life
way.
me.
Yeah.
I did that.
Luca
complete
watches
illusion.
movies about old men building
Yeah.
ships and bottles, but
Yeah.
can't take an hour and
To watch
25
Pokemon,
minutes.
right?
Thank
yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Exactly.
What is wrong
He's
with
a
you?
loser. I
I'm too
told
busy
you.
watching movies of old dudes making boats in bottles.
For shame.
I
I
promise
don't got
you.
time for
I promise you.
Pokemon.
Bottle boats over
Listen,
Pokemon.
I have a serious
I
point to
disagree.
make right now.
Okay.
Pokemon is
Here we
not a
go.
child's movie.
It's not.
no, it's
It
not.
is not a child's
It
movie.
is not.
You
Life
watch
lessons
that-
right there.
You watch that movie, your
I want
life will
to
change.
be the,
Yep.
The
very
series,
best.
even.
You know what I'm
Life
still waiting
Yeah.
on?
The series.
The Legend of Zelda movie.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Oh man.
That was
I
an
want
April
Kirby
Fool's
the
joke.
movie.
They
Come
made-
on,
they
make
made-
Kirby the movie.
Kirby.
That would be
Jigglypuff.
They made an April Fool's trailer a couple years ago, and it was fucking sweet.
And he believed it.
Well,
I did, and
He
then they were like
believed it.
April Fools, and I was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!"
He was
Ooh.
so pissed.
Super Smash Bros.
I'm waiting
Could you
for the
imagine
new
that?
Predator
About
movie.
Dude,
Pride.
Super Smash Bros. The
Alright.
movie. That movie. Shit.
All right. We're gonna take a step back a minute,
In time.
It's probably a good idea.
collaborate and listen,
Stop.
and
Collaborate.
we're gonna listen to the chinless hair of knowledge.
Mm.
Time to sit back and relax and listen to the one that the metal gods themselves gave us. It's time for the heaviest of them all, the chin hair of knowledge.
It's all you, Derek.
Tour news, random news.
I would like to hear the tour news first.
I don't have many.
No tour news?
I don't have many.
Oh, okay. Yes, then that's what I would like to hear.
I've only got 3.
Okay, give me the second one first.
Okay, so it's Hatebreed. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, I mean, sure. What's
All right.
up with Hatebreed?
Announced the U.S. tour, Devil Driver and Devil, you know.
What did you just say?
They announced a U.S. tour.
Oh, I thought you said Nazi. I'm like,
yes,
I did
this is
too.
Kyle.
Jeez, freaking weirdo.
You know, I
All
hate
right.
to sidetrack you, but you know who like would be awesome to see on tour again?
Who?
Bombstein. Have you
Shut
guys
up.
ever seen
They
it?
just
really-
Yeah, they played
Open
last
air.
Friday.
I missed them.
When some dude died.
All I
Alright.
wanted
Yes,
to do
yes,
was
yes.
see Rammstein.
Did you guys go to Warp Tour?
No.
Yes.
She did.
You did.
I'm broke.
Yes.
So did you watch Atreyu?
I watched Good Charlotte.
You.
You loser.
I would have done the
Wait,
same.
Atreyu
thing.
played
Yeah.
at the
and
same
they
time as
played
Good Charlotte.
all their fucking hits,
I
and
would've-
I totally
all
was
their
in
hits.
love.
Their music was
Sorry,
garbage.
Was there a mosh pit?
You're
Doesn't
garbage.
matter.
And
You've got to
yes.
be kidding.
Wait, hold
Nice.
on. What did he just
You chose.
say?
Is
you
that a
chose-
joke?
Just say Good Charlotte is garbage.
Is that a joke?
beat him,
Yeah,
Phil.
you-
Beat
that's
him.
a
compare
joke,
that
right?
to Atreyu?
And I watched
Throw
Sum
down.
41,
Gosh.
and at the end of the day, I was
I don't
like,
even want to be here anymore.
I was.
Sunburn.
Childhood came true
Sunburn.
that
Warped
day.
Tour
Exactly.
is punk music.
Thank
Atreyu
you.
was
Yeah.
incredible.
Not Chelsea. Lynn,
I
not
heard,
Whitechapel.
yeah.
Atreyu
no,
was
I know.
incredible.
Whitechapel
Charlotte is
disappointed.
It should have been the
We'll talk about that. Let's-
Warp Tour should have been all the old school punk as it was back in the
No.
day.
Let's
Yeah.
Like no
we'll
offense.
we'll talk about this in a little bit, Dirk.
Go see
What?
Rammstein on tour. All right, go
So-
ahead.
Well, they're
Wish.
not coming in
So you have
Yeah.
for a
Hatebreed
while.
is on tour.
With Devil Driver.
Nobody
Okay.
cares about
And-
Hatebreed or Devil Driver.
Hey, I like Hatebreed. Hatebreed is awesome.
I hate Devil Driver.
Really?
Yeah.
The only good thing about Devil Driver is that they're signed to Napalm Records.
Nah, not
Why
at
is
all.
that
And
good?
that is the same record label that has signed Glory Hammer and Ailstorm. Two of the greatest bands to have ever existed.
I saw Ailstorm on their first ever U.S. tour.
They're incredible.
Okay.
Got
So
out of
Hatebreed-
folk.
Oh, go
Devil
fuck
Driver.
yourself. What do you mean?
I got out of
Hey.
folk metal.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
But yeah, they
Those phases.
Devil Driver and Devil You Know is support.
Okay.
And the odd thing is October 8th they're playing Sauget, Illinois at Pops. October 13th in Peoria, Illinois at the Limelight. If you can't make it to those, October 5th they'll play Milwaukee at the Rave.
That's a lot of really close
I've
dates.
been there.
Like, hey, we'll listen. If you guys can't make those, we'll even play the Rave. In
They're
Milwaukee.
playing
Yeah,
even Green Bay,
nice.
Wisconsin too.
Fuck Green Bay.
The rave is okay.
Fuck Green Bay. That's finally something we can agree on.
Yeah.
Finally.
I just
all
want
right.
to say Devil Driver and Hatebreed aren't bad bands. That was my personal opinion. I'm just not a fan of them.
That's cool.
No, I respect them. Like all those bands, I say fuck that band, but I still respect them.
Yeah,
They're out there
yeah,
fucking
that-
doing music. I just don't.
Hatebreed
Me
was
personally,
really
I don't
good.
enjoy
Agreed.
Devil.
They
Driver,
got they,
but
they
I-
got careers. They got more than what I got.
I mean, they're bigger than Strength in Numbers.
You know what band I really don't like
Strength
is
in
Five
Numbers.
Finger Butt Punch.
Seriously?
I
They are
don't like them,
respectable.
but I
Hold on,
respect
hold on,
them
hold on,
as
hold on.
musicians.
Have you
I
heard that
respect them
song
as
where
human
it's
beings.
like naming all like the fucking
Yeah, and it's like
I-
the dumbest song
It's
I've
like-
ever heard.
It's like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Twitter, Facebook. I don't know. It's like the
It's
dumbest
stupid.
fucking shit ever.
Never heard it.
We went to see them at open air. They played before Slipknot did.
Mm-hmm.
They were extremely respectable. Marilyn Manson was a douchebag.
I heard.
I heard he was drunk as shit.
Dude, he's so fucked up out of his mind recently. It's not even funny. Have you guys seen the video of him fucking with the mixing board?
Oh yeah.
Fucking douche. I mean, I love Marilyn Manson. I love him to death.
His music is just not what it used to be.
He's a
he
rock
needs
star.
to
He's
just
a-
give up.
He needs to stop doing
Retire.
drugs.
His
Yeah.
new album title is fucking
This
weird.
dude,
it's
Dennis
called
is fucking blasting pictures right now. I've
Yeah.
never seen anyone
We looked
take
like
that
we were in
many
a lightning
pictures.
storm. That's how many pictures Dennis is taking.
Jeez.
Five Finger Death
Rapid
Punch.
fire.
Five Finger Death Punch got on stage and Marilyn Manson played over his set by like 15 minutes. Five Finger Death Punch got on stage and talked shit about Manson and had every right to.
Mm-hmm.
They played The Bleeding and they pulled up a 7-year-old girl to sing the rest of The Bleeding.
Aw.
Like I respect them as human beings. Like they're fucking
So
Human
awesome.
beings.
Like,
we saw at
Human lagoon.
they were at whatever that
Mayhem.
festival
Ragu?
Mayhem the other year, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of their music,
How?
but they
Like-
do a lot for the troops.
Yeah.
And what was cool, they brought a bunch of troops on stage,
Mm-hmm.
and they fucking everyone standing ovation for them. It was very cool. And then at the end of the set, the vocalist he was like, "Wait, one more thing." and he pops the mic off and he throws it to some person in the crowd. It's pretty cool.
Badass.
You
That
know,
was sweet.
That's surprising you don't like them because that's total dad metal.
I'm the.
Like, that
I
is-
don't
He's
like
not a dad.
I don't. No.
Yeah, but you're like an old guy. Like it's dad metal.
I don't like. No.
Oh my God! I'm taking
Come
this
on,
guy home
man.
today. He's gonna be so depressed.
Kick his ass, Luca.
I'm gonna have to put on some.
Morgan's
Kick his
like,
ass.
ah, shit,
I'm gonna
I
have to
gotta
put on some
talk him up
decapitated.
now. Gotta make him feel better.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
No.
Fuck.
It's the gray hair. It's the gray
Kick
hair.
his
It throws
ass.
everyone off.
Just kick his
It
ass.
is the gray hair.
No,
the
this
gray hair.
on like the same concept thing. I'm not a fan of the band Disturbed at all.
Neither. Do,
But
I hate them.
I recently saw a video on Facebook, just scrolling through my Facebook feed, and they did a meet and greet with a couple police officers in the town they were playing in, or something like that. And I feel really bad for the police force and everything, because I feel like
colorblind.
Couple-
All lives matter.
couple bad eggs give this whole big stereotypical thing about all police. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just thought it was cool to see Disturbed do that.
I hear you. I hear you, brother.
Not a fan of
They've,
Disturbed, but that was cool.
I've seen them many a times Disturbed.
I just hate how David Draymond talks. He's like, I can't even impersonate his voice. It's just so stupid. Just the way he talks.
They're getting old.
That doesn't mean the way he talks has changed
Luca's
over the
getting
last
defensive.
20 years.
But they're getting old, and you can tell because when they were at open air, he just kind of walked around stage. When I first saw them, they were jumping around, and it was disappointing a little bit.
Those leather pants.
Slipknot, he wasn't even wearing leather pants. I don't know what he was wearing.
What?
But it's disturbing because Slipknot was fucking phenomenal. I mean, that's the best I've ever seen them. And Corey had a fucking broken back or whatever.
Neck, yeah.
I mean, he was phenomenal. And to see them I'm gonna sing my songs and get off. It was really, man, I grew up listening to you. Put that energy back into your music. But we got off track again. Go ahead and get.
So Derek,
Sorry,
True News.
Derek.
What's number 3?
Malevolent Creation.
Yes.
First U.S. tour in 5 years.
Jeez. All right.
Incantation and Seeker as the openers.
All right.
10/19, they'll play Reggie's.
Reggae's. Very cool. Very cool. And what is that last piece of tour news you got for us?
Gorguts.
Gorguts.
U.S. tour with Intronaut and Brain Tentacles.
Brain Tentacles. There's a band called Brain Tentacles?
Yeah, they're jazz and progressive metal.
I really want to see
I thought that was
Cool.
cool until you said jazz / progressive
I
metal.
really want to see that.
Yeah,
This-
it's got the drumming Municipal Waste in it.
That's
So,
Brain Tentacles.
yeah.
I like it.
10/8, they'll play Chicago at the Subterranean.
Chicago. All right. We got some random news.
Adam D from Killswitch announced that his new band with George Corpsegrinder from Cannibal Corpse and Shannon Lucas, ex-Black Dahlia Murder, have now a name.
What are they called?
Serpentine Dominion.
Okay.
Adam is the guitarist that wears boxers
Yes.
and capes on stage.
Yes.
He is probably one
He
of the
kind of got
funniest,
away from
amazing
doing that.
Yeah, no.
musicians.
When we saw him at open air, he was more refined. But I mean, they were still
Yeah.
joking completely.
I
on
So-
stage.
love him.
Now everyone is going to hate me
Love.
for saying this.
Just don't talk anymore, Luco.
Not a
Just
big
don't
fan of
talk anymore.
Killswitch.
Just don't talk
I
anymore.
think they're overrated.
Hold on.
I agree.
They're overrated.
Hold on,
I agree with
hold
you.
on. I'm not gonna agree with you, but I will say Killswitch was better with Howard.
I also agree with you
I would
on
say
that.
they were better with Howard.
That's the only time I've ever seen Killswitch was with Howard. I've never seen him with Jesse.
He's really good. No, he's
seen
really
both.
good. Don't get me wrong. He's phenomenal. His screaming and his singing, it's on point. But
But when you see a gigantic black man do that, you're like, yes!
Wait.
I didn't know he could do that!
So is
It was,
Adam D? Adam D is
The guitarist.
Yeah, the guitarist of Killswitch Engage.
And he's also a producer of a bunch of other bands.
I
and
thought he
stuff.
was the vocalist of Oceano.
no,
No.
that's also Adam something is the vocalist from Oceano. It might
I
be.
don't know.
His
There's
name
too
might
many
be
Adams.
But yes, Killswitch overrated. And you know what people are really gonna hate me for? Lamb of God is super overrated.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Super
I
overrated.
love old
Like,
Lamb of God.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I respect them. I like some of their songs, but not everyone's like, oh my God, let me gobble their cocks. They're so amazing. It's like, no, they're all right, guys.
Have you
Calm
ever
down.
seen them live?
Yeah, and they were all right.
Really? They're phenomenal live.
Yeah,
The
they're all
energy they
right.
portray on stage.
They are kind of overrated.
I think they're just them and Killswitch are so fucking overrated. Listen, they're good metal bands, but they're not fucking as good as like all these people are gobbling their balls. Everyone.
Who is a good band to you?
Everyone.
Hey,
Who's a good band to you?
Randy
I really like Decapitated.
Who the fuck is that?
Some
No,
Polish technical death metal.
I like them just because they're Polish.
I like
And their
everything
drummer
Devin Townsend
died in
does.
a bus crash.
Whoa.
I like everything that Devin
Their
Townsend
singer
does.
was in a
Rest in
coma.
peace.
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
like
their
metal.
drummer was like 19
Their
years
second,
old.
Their second singer.
Yeah, their second singer was in a coma who was VTech and Coven.
They got into a bus accident.
They hit some
after.
black ice.
Some
So
black ice.
they're just metal as fuck.
But now they got a different lineup.
And they suck.
But they're
But
fucking
that's
awesome.
That's
I'm
not,
a big fan.
That's not them then.
Their
You
best
can't-
album was a creation.
You can't
hands
change
down.
a band
That's a good album.
completely and have the same name.
Or the album was Serious Madness on it.
Nialty?
Yes. Yes.
I have that album. It's really good.
And then the
Sorry.
last bit of random news
I
is
really like Decapitated.
the last bit of random news is so there's a rumor going around that Dave Lombardo, ex-Slayer, was going to be drumming for the Misfits on their reunion shows.
No, that is what I heard also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not
And it
confirmed
doesn't
yet, but
it seems like it's not it's a pretty serious rumor. Like it's
Yeah.
really gonna happen, which I would be completely okay with.
I'd be okay with too.
I'm surprised he doesn't want too much money.
Nah.
You know, I've seen Dave in a lot of interviews, and he seems like a really nice guy. He doesn't seem like I don't know.
Wasn't the reason why he left Slayers because they weren't
He
paying
got
him enough or something?
No, it's because he sat out their Australian tour, so they fired him.
But he had an injury then, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Something
I
like
thought
that.
he wanted more money.
No,
than they-
it's they fired him because he sat out like a few tours because he couldn't make it.
Okay, well, speaking of firing, I don't know if you guys have more to talk about, but the whole Slipknot and Joey J thing. Have you guys heard about that? About
His disability and how they kicked him out because he.
What do you
didn't
think
understand
about
it.
that? In all honesty, because he's been in like 5 bands since he got kicked out of
And they're
Slipknot.
not good?
Yeah, well,
I like Murder Dolls.
Murder Dolls was when he was still whistling.
Black and
But-
death metal band with like the dudes like Dragon Force and Mayhem is kind of
See,
okay.
He quit because of this, supposedly, and still went to play in other bands.
I
Like,
think
I think that was kind of just a bullshit.
But
Yeah.
Scar to Martyr.
was terrible. Have you
they
guys
really
heard Scar
were.
the Martyr? And I
Horrible.
was super stoked because Jed
Horrible.
Simon was in that band. I'm like,
For
oh my,
fucking
from Strapping
Strapping
Young
Young
Lad. I
Lad.
was like, oh my god, this band's gonna be epic. And then you listen to him, it's like, this band is hot garbage.
It's like industrial new metal.
See, that's the thing
Not-
is
I wouldn't even say it's
sometimes
that. It's
even
not
in
good.
metal music, it's just like the media where it's like the celebrities in
Who-
movies.
who
There's
are we talking
a
with?
ton of shit.
Well, he's still
You're
in the band with Jed
interrupting.
Simon.
Super groups never
I'm gonna
sound
mute
good.
your microphone. I feel like a lot of the time nobody wants to give the real reasons, and it's just a bunch of rumors. And the band, I don't even know why they wouldn't just tell you the truth straight out as to what happened.
Well,
But
see, and
for
that's
him
all
to
about
say-
fucking money.
I mean, how many that? But also, I feel like Joey's bands didn't go as far as Slipknot, and then Slipknot does all these things, and he's missing out, and everything else is kind of falling apart for him musically.
I mean, he's played with Metallica. He's played with Satyricon.
Right.
He's played
Metallica.
I just feel like he's put Slipknot and
I mean,
himself.
he was with Rob Zombie. He should have stayed with Rob Zombie.
He should.
He was just
but
a guest, and then he did like one or
Gingerfish,
two.
that Rob Zombie's new drummer, is phenomenal.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
phenomenal. I'm going to
From
see
Manson?
them again. Yes, he's phenomenal. I'm going to see them again August 6th with Korn.
Where
Korn's
at?
phenomenal live.
the Dreads
Noblesville,
tour?
Indiana.
Oh, okay.
But Joey J has now put Slipknot in a horrible position
Mm-hmm.
because now you either see, okay, Joey J is either a liar or Slipknot is a bunch of fucking assholes. See what I'm saying? Because they kicked
goes
him out.
both
You know,
ways,
That's
though.
what I'm saying. You know,
There's been so many things said about Slipknot in the past that have made them look like assholes. But then it's, have you met them? Have you hung out with them? Do you know what they're like in
Yeah.
person? You can't believe everything unless you
I
personally
still
know
want to
them.
know what the guy with the spiked head looks like. That's the only one.
Oh, Pinhead.
You'll never see
the
him.
Pinhead
his
looking
face.
dude.
They don't have any pictures of him, do they?
No.
He's the only one. The only one I've never seen what he actually looks like.
Clown is really ugly.
Yeah.
He
That
just
guy's
looks
a
like,
douche.
He just seems
That
like
guy's the most useless guy in metal. I play a keg with a baseball bat. Get the fuck out of here.
That's what it, like,
Pretty
sorry.
sweet.
Play a
And I love
Compliments it.
Slipknot, and I think their extra
Compliments it.
percussionists are just useless.
Yeah.
Absolutely useless.
Hello.
Well, they
They are.
did something to make
They-
their sound different.
You know what?
I
You know
mean,
what? You know what?
It worked.
Right.
Slipknot's overrated. Disturbed's overrated. Lamb of God, Five Finger Death Punch, both
But
overrated.
you know what? I bet they continue.
You know who's
because-
not overrated? Sorry to interrupt you.
Strength in numbers.
No, fuck
Great
them.
band.
They're overrated too.
We suck.
Glory Hammer.
Okay.
Definitely
Jesus
listen to
Christ.
Glory Hammer because they are fucking
Keep
sweet.
Clean with that. I think some of these bands continue because they don't know what they would do without it.
Oh, it's 100%.
hear
Especially
that.
Disturbed. Disturbed went on hiatus for how long? And they were all doing different projects. And then David didn't do anything because he had a baby and got married.
With an
and was
ex-porn star.
living in Texas.
What's her name?
Jenny
And
McCarthy.
it's
Wait,
still-
hold on. David's not gay?
No.
No, he's married to an ex-porn star.
I mean, unless he's like
You lied
lying
to me
all
all
about
this
it.
time about
I have literally
David being
been
gay.
told my entire life that he was gay.
No.
And
Literally.
I believed you. You
So-
know, every word out of your mouth is a lie.
Alex thought that Ollie Sykes had lung cancer for the longest time. The longest time.
Every word.
We played into it.
This is
It was
why me and
great.
Phil
He
argue
was
so
there you
much
go.
because he's a big liar.
I was told when Disturbed first came out, my buddy said that David Drahen
No.
was gay.
No, he might be bi, but
And he,
I've
like-
never heard that rumor.
He's never been like in the media with a girl or anything, so I was like,
You know why
could be
though?
gay.
And this
'Cause
this
he's
is
gay.
from
Can be.
somebody from back in the day that I knew that had worked with David. From what yes.
Yes.
He slept around a lot. He was always having women backstage. He's even said in interviews he couldn't do one woman at a time. It had to be multiple, like crazy.
God
he
bless.
he
God
could
bless.
never settle down.
dream.
He's a saint.
God bless him.
He had
dream.
drug issues. He was drinking a lot, and the last couple Disturbed albums, he had to change a little bit. But he's never recorded a Disturbed album sober. He's
Yeah, no,
always
that's-
had to record when he was smoking weed.
That's what I've heard.
So yeah,
that's
he was
basically
a
like being
hard
sober.
he was a
Get outta here.
hardcore partier. I mean, think about it. The new metal scene when it started was crazy.
Oh,
I
it was
mean,
ridiculous. Limp
the
Bizkit,
personalities that were
Disturbed.
back there,
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
insane. A lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol back then.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it's not there now, but I mean, the '90s.
It was more proficient back then.
Right.
And
That
this
wasn't
is
the 90s. That
So-
was the early 2000s.
my standpoint on that. I feel like
I don't
music
know.
has to get back
98.
to that.
It wasn't that long
Just
ago.
my point.
Right.
Music
Seems
has
like
to
it
get
was.
back.
I was like,
No.
So, Derek, is your
It was like
band from the
2 years ago.
90s
15 years
or
ago.
2
what is
years
what is your
ago.
band from?
Early 2000s.
Early
years ago.
2000s. Okay, what is this band
shit
called?
was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
Time
it's called
hasn't
Ghoul.
passed.
And where's Ghoul from?
Limp Bizkit was on TRL
Creepsylvania.
2 years ago.
Transylv-
Nookie came
Trans-
out.
Creepsylvania.
Transylvania.
Are these stickers?
Oakland,
Yes,
California.
they're stickers.
It's actually Oakland, California.
All right. And what's the song that we're gonna hear?
Graveyard Mosh.
Okay,
Badass.
here we go. Here's Ghoul, Graveyard Mosh.
Zacharias.
And this is Matt Powers.
We're in Fleshburg, and you're listening to the Metal Experience. This is Holden Zacharias.
And this is Matt Powers.
We're in Fleshburg, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
Alright, what I played was Graveyard Mosh / Ghoul by the band Ghoul. August 7th, they're playing Reggie's in Chicago.
Woo!
And I highly recommend checking out their new album, Dungeon Bastards.
Dungeon Bastards?
Yeah, it comes with a board game.
What?
Yeah, I just got it, my vinyl record today.
So is like the board game called Dungeon Bastards?
Yeah, it's basically Candyland.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
But
play that game.
more like demented and like for like grindcore.
All right, that's
So
cool.
like poop everywhere.
So it's like a grown ass man Candyland.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dope.
But the album technically comes out tomorrow. I just got my vinyl in the mail today.
Pre-ordered.
Did my Periphery album come yet?
You've got like 6 things sitting on the stairs. So,
Nice.
but yeah, highly recommend checking out Dungeon Bastards. Listen to the whole album today. Fucking awesome. Yeah, August 7th they're playing Reggie's. And now Luco, take it away.
All right. Well, you know what time it is. We got an unsigned band pick. Morgan, let's do it.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. This week, all the way from Hermosillo, Mexico.
It's pronounced Mexico.
I probably butchered the name of how to pronounce that.
Horrible.
We have the band Lost Nebula. We're going to play a twofer for you. We got the songs Survival Isn't Free and Lonesome. Both of those tasty tracks are off the album Stories Set in the Future. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm Dan. I play guitar.
Is Justin the vocalist?
Hey, I'm Corey. I also play guitar.
We
are survivalists.
Here on the Metal Experience.
All right, we just heard a twofer from Lost Nebula, all the way from Hermosillo, Mexico.
Mexico. Get your shit
Hermosillo,
straight,
Mexico, with the songs "Survival Isn't Free" and "Lonesome" off the album "Stories Set in the Future." Bitches.
Is that a female vocalist?
It is.
It was.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Awesome.
She had a
Pretty
really
rockin'.
Good voice.
Good voice. Oh
Awesome.
yeah. And I'm Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Sitting next to me, Dirty D, Derek. You just chin hair of knowledge. This is it's weird now.
I have multiple names.
And
So
we
many.
are still rocking out here with Strength in Numbers.
Yeah.
And we're slowly winding down to the end of the night. Not yet, though. Not yet. But
Or
where
are we?
can everyone find? So the new EP, we still have one more song we're going to play off that. The new EP called The Rebirth of Sin. Where can everyone find everything that is Strength in Numbers and the new music and all that goodness on the interwebs and stalk you guys?
Facebook, yeah.
And YouTube.
Traveler is on. No, Traveler is not. Traveler's on YouTube, but not
Traveler's on Facebook.
on iTunes. The Echoes EP, which would be our second release, is on iTunes. You can buy that, but in all honesty, just go on YouTube, steal our music. Like I said, we're not trying to make
Go for
money.
it.
Actually, just
Just
go to
do it.
Facebook. The player, all the songs have a free download.
There you go. Go to Facebook,
Do
download
it.
our shit, share our shit, punch someone in the face to our shit.
Please.
Steal a baby Jesus to our shit.
You know how it goes.
I stole this baby Jesus while listening to Strength in Numbers.
Everyday shenanigans.
Hey, you should make a T-shirt with the stolen baby Jesus on it.
That
I
would
stole
be
this
really
baby
good.
Jesus while listening to Strength in Numbers.
I think my neighbors would catch
$1 million idea.
I'm not sure if they follow us, so they may not.
But yeah, just get our music, steal it, whatever. I'm giving you the permission, so you're not really stealing it. But
Don't die.
I don't think I've ever paid for one song.
Of your own music
No,
or of
just-
anyone else's?
Terrible. Terrible.
I mean, it sounds really shitty, but I think
It is.
the only album I've ever paid for was the soundtrack to A Corpse Bride by
What?
Danny Elfman.
What?
Just because I love Danny Elfman.
That's an interesting album.
Oingo
Not even-
boingo.
Oingo
Oingo
boingo.
boingo.
Hell
It's
fucking
an hour
yes.
wolf and I don't want to die.
Fucking love
It's
Danny
a dead man's party.
You haven't even bought Along Came the
Who can ask
Spider
for
shit?
more?
Nope.
You guys.
Everybody's
Oh my
coming
goodness.
live
I think I
your
bought our own
mind.
album once.
Why
That one time at band camp.
Well, Morgan's got a couple 2-3 announcements.
I've got maybe one.
One?
Morgan's got
Two
one.
announcements.
Shit, one is the
But
loneliest
first, how about
number.
you? Let's catch up on you because
No.
you played a show this past
Luca.
weekend and you played a show this weekend. What are you doing?
Ooh.
So we play a show.
Yeah, with Luca, what the
last
fuck you
weekend.
doing?
It was all fucked up. I don't really want to talk about it.
Well, at least
Were you chocolate wasted?
Wait,
No,
wait. You're in a band?
Yeah,
What?
Oh.
I'm an old man.
He sings and
I do
punches
fucking-
shit
So anyway,
and takes shits on stage.
It wasn't.
and
yeah,
runs
it was all
around
fucked
nude.
up. And I'm not one to talk shit about people in our own scene. I'll talk shit
I
about
hear ya.
Disturbed every day though.
Ooh,
But yeah, it was all fucked up. Whatever. So moving on. We got a show this weekend for Midwest Metal United. It's this Saturday,
Yay.
July 30th. We're playing at Mighty Mix Bar. Woo woo. At what is it? Bogey's Place? What is that? I don't know.
What's your
it's
band name?
10727 Randolph Street in Winfield, Indiana.
That's
I'm in a
your band
band called The Forms They Take.
I like
What do you do?
I do vocals.
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 So do you like
Vocals.
scream?
Oh yeah. A
it.
little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Luco,
So-
spin some gutturals right now.
We're playing with
I wanna
Darkness
hear- no,
Inside,
no, you
Hail
stop,
Shot,
stop,
Make Room,
stop,
and
stop.
Designing the Flaw. And that's this Saturday, the 30th, July 30th, in the Indianas. We got all that shit on the Facebook page. I'm not really big on self-promoting. I think that's kind of lame because it's like I do this show and it's like, it's not about me. It's about you guys, right? So
Love you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
but you got to promote that show because you're playing with Designing the Flaw,
Yeah,
who's
they're
going to be
fucking-
out here in 2 weeks.
Designing the
There
Flaw
you
is
go.
fucking good.
Their drummer
Their
used to
drummer
work
is
at
so
Guitar
good.
Center. His name is Phil.
Yeah, he's real good.
Yeah, he
The whole
actually
band
helped
is
me.
good.
He helped me a lot with like drumming stuff. He's a really good guy.
Oh yeah,
really good guy.
very cool guy. They're all cool guys, and they're fucking awesome. Check out Designing the Flaw.
Yeah, they're good.
And Strength in Numbers.
No, we suck.
fuck strength and
Yeah, we
numbers.
suck.
Right?
Hey, just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Alliance Printing. Is that where you guys get the stickers?
It is. Alliance Printing, Bob the Printer in Addison, Illinois, does fantastic work. He's done magnets for us. He's done stickers. He's made us a sign for our table. He's made us flyers. He's made us anything
Made
that
us
we
happy.
need. He's made
10 years.
Luco's
Very happy.
Band some stickers. So yeah, definitely check him out on Facebook. Alliance Printing.
Very cool.
Alliance Printing for you, I think .com. But he's up on our website under affiliates.
Nice.
So you can check him out.
There's
Bob's
a link
good guy.
to his website.
Let him know we sent you.
And Morgan, you had an announcement or two.
I did. Coming up this Friday, a quick announcement about an awesome show is happening at Chicago Star Bar, and it's going to be $12 if you buy from any of the bands, $14 at the door. It's all ages, starts at 5. And As Monuments Fall is playing with Come Out Swinging, Alive at Last, Within the Trenches, Open Your Eyes, It Lives, Outline in Color, and Famous Last Words.
Buy from the band.
Buy from the bands. They need help. And then also keep your eyes peeled on our website. We are putting up a couple new reviews. Not new reviews. One new review and then an interview is going up. So we had a new review post last week. Let me find it really quickly. Under Reviews from the Crypt, our writer Sean has been super hard at work, and on the 21st, he sent us a review for Internal Devour. They are a sick band from Australia. The CD is called Doomed to Disembowelment. They are on a small label called Vicious Instinct Records, and he had the opportunity to take a listen. They sent him the music, and he wrote up a very, very awesome review on it. Still came out this year in March, so definitely check it out under the Reviews from the Crypt section. And then we are going to be working on posting up an interview that he just did with Zephaniah out in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He did a correspondence through email with them, and he finally got it all together. So that's going to be posting on our website tomorrow too, so you can check out his interview with them. So really, really good stuff that Sean writes. And if you want an album or an interview set up, if you can't make it out to the area that we're at in Illinois, hit us up at the Metal Experience at Yahoo or Facebook, and we can get you in touch with Sean, and you can submit music also for Luco's Unsigned Band Pick of the Week in MP3 files at the Metal Experience at Yahoo. So lots of things going on. Check out the website for all the updates. We're trying to do as much as we can with the resources that we have. Next week, Atlanta is Burning is coming on for their second time. Brand new album coming out from them. So they're going to be out here to promote it.
And new vocalist.
Dave is killing it.
Since the last time they were on.
So very, very excited to have them back on. And
You guys got like a really devoted
we
fan
do.
base. Like everyone
We've got
comes
a
back.
love
That's
this.
awesome.
We've
Yeah.
got a lot of friends that come back for
Repeat
second or third
offenders,
times.
I
Yeah.
like to refer to them as.
Yeah, there's a lot of repeat offenders coming up now. After
really
getting some
good.
people out of the
really
way.
good.
That would be us.
Yeah, you guys were one of them.
We'll be
It was
back
nice.
again.
We were super stoked. I was super stoked when Morgan's like, Strength the Numbers coming
Yeah.
out. I'm like,
Keyword.
all the
Good
way,
time.
Or
Yeah.
was.
all the way from.
And then he came and we're like, yeah, we don't want these guys.
Oh, fuck, they're here.
Oh, these
Shit.
guys.
So that
I
just means
forgot.
we're gonna have to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we
New
bring
music.
out an
If you have a new
album.
name,
Yes.
you're more than welcome to come back. And actually, we wish Dave would come back sometime and run sound when he can. But
Hey, you know
happy birthday to his son. We're going to be at his son's first birthday party on Saturday.
What's his son's name?
His son's name is David
Also
Troy.
David.
David Troy Jr.
Dave and Dave.
So
D&D?
I know he was
D&D.
born in August, but we're
D&D.
celebrating a little bit early just because everybody can make it to this date for the most part. So Dave and Sky, congratulations. We're watching your little one grow up.
Oh my
He hasn't been here in a little bit to hang out with us because he's raising a kid and working, but he still did a lot for us when he was around. So gotta keep
We
it
love
going.
that motherfucker.
Yeah, we do. So those
Say
those
what again?
were my
Say
announcements.
what
Just keep
again?
watching themetalexperience.com for your updates on upcoming guests. After Atlanta's Burning, which is next week, we have Designing the Flaw coming out from Indiana on the 9th. And then August 16th, we have Jay Babula music coming on. Jay used to be in a band called In Hazard that came on in 2012. I'm pretty sure they were on. And Jay has now put together a group on her own and is coming out to promote her own band.
Very
So
cool.
I'm pretty excited to see what she's been up to. So that is all of our upcoming guests. And everything is up on our website, so check it out. I update it as much as I can when I can.
Say what?
Yeah.
All right, so strength in numbers. All right, guys. First off, we want to say thank you again for coming all the way out here.
You don't have to thank us. Thank you guys.
I'll
you
accept
guys,
that. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Dennis, you asshole.
You're welcome.
We're the grateful, humble. He's the arrogant.
No,
you guys do a lot
You guys
more.
have
for
just
the metal
grown up
scene.
so much.
You guys
Smoking, drinking, partying. No, I'm
Bad
kidding.
kids.
Cheers. You guys do a lot more for the metal scene than people think. It's because of you guys that bands like us get heard still. So props to you guys. Random applause for the metal
random
experience.
applause. Here we go.
Random applause.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
who the fuck's clapping? Goddamn right. Props to you guys. Thank you
It's
for
a
letting
jazz
us come
band.
on. Thank you for letting us
Ow.
release our music to you
Skilly bop.
guys.
I was excited when
guys
you
are awesome.
contacted us again, going, "Oh my God, we want to release this with you." I was like, "What?"
I was also
We
and
love you guys.
still am
Liar.
excited.
Yeah, because you had no
Even
idea.
right now.
You still haven't heard any of our
I still
music.
haven't heard
See,
any music.
here's the best part though. He probably did know because it's not like I don't tell him, but there's this part that
Shouldn't tell me
happens
anything.
in our relationship where I talk a lot. And he
I
doesn't
don't
Tunes
listen.
out.
listen.
I don't listen.
So
Tunes out, yeah.
I did say something, and I have said something, and I might have even showed him something. But this guy doesn't tune into anything I do.
All
so
He's
day.
out of it.
It's fucking
Gone.
non-stop.
yeah, see,
Off.
I'm with
See.
Luco on that one.
he turns
Yeah.
off.
Unbelievable women.
Yeah, right?
Well,
Oh,
guess what?
she's talking again.
You know me-
You wouldn't
fuck.
be here without us.
you
So
know how many
Done.
times a day I have to shush her? Like, all day I'm just like, shh.
You talk so much.
Jesus Christ, just be quiet for 2 minutes.
I only
And then this
understand
happens,
because I am
and
the
then that
same.
happens, like, ah!
Yeah, but no,
I work-
Taylor just talks too much.
It's like, all right, we
You
had
know
to
what?
fucking
No,
remind
that's
this
any
women want
girl.
communication.
Girls love to
we like
talk.
to talk.
There's
Exactly.
communication and then there's Taylor talking.
No,
Taylor
they're
talking.
girls love to talk.
Exactly. How much can Taylor talk, Dennis?
I'm not commenting. I'm a big enough asshole as it is.
No, here's
So-
the question:
You like
who talks
counting
the
how many
most out of
stickers
this
you
whole
have? What's
show?
going on over there? You look like you're
Who's the
dealing
girl
with a deck
then?
of cards. He looks like a gambler with those glasses on. And the
You got 21 over
The
there.
glasses and the stickers.
This is the guy we're relying on to write our music.
Do you got blackjack over there?
Bust.
Blackjack.
You know what I can imagine Dennis looking like in maybe like 30, 40 years?
His dad
You
completely.
have
Exactly his dad. Exactly his dad.
Except I'm gonna be swole like
I-
Coach.
you-
I shit you not.
Yeah.
Shit you not. We walked into a gas station today, and he starts striking up a conversation with a gas station attendant. I walked out to the car, and I told my girlfriend, I shit you not, he is a spitting image of his father. She said,
He really is.
why?
She looked
Oh,
like she
because
was having a bad day. I was just trying to cheer her up.
She was smiling and
No, she
laughing.
wasn't. When you checked out, it was like
Was
like
it like
someone
that
stabbed her
episode or
kid.
the
It
part
was
of
like
Magic
someone-
Mike? Where
She looked like someone walked up and stabbed her
Wait,
kid
hold on.
earlier
Phil,
in the day.
Why
When
do you
were
know
checking out.
scenes from Magic Mike?
You've never seen that movie?
No,
it's fucking
no.
awesome. The second one, when it's like, go try to impress that
Do
girl,
you
make her
not
smile.
make
I'm
him
a
do
girl and I
anything?
still haven't even seen it.
I'm sorry. When it comes to Magic Mike, I want to be left alone. I want to watch that movie by myself.
When it comes to Magic Mike, I'm not even interested.
I don't know why
When it comes
you
to
are
Magic
missing
Mike,
out.
I'm a dude. I'm never
No.
gonna watch it.
I'm good.
Is that the guy with AIDS?
I'm good.
No, it's Channing Tatum. You know what? Yeah. Here's my man card.
No,
Just
it's
take
Joe. It's Joe.
It. Just take my
Who
man
gives a
card.
shit? Just shut up about Magic Mike.
Yeah, jeez, Morgan.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, anyway, Magic Mike.
Don't need it.
Strength in numbers. So we have one more song, one more tasty track that we're going to play tonight.
Not Dennis. Jake wrote this song.
Ooh,
He did.
100% through.
Jake.
Did he
Jake
say he couldn't do it?
is a fucking asshole for not being here with us tonight.
He's
no,
a
literally,
douche.
he had a month and a half to call off work because we worked together.
Sounds like my birthday.
I wrote it on the schedule. I was like, I need this day off. Jake, call off. Come to the metal experience with us. He was like, no. Like,
Sounds like
what
my
the fuck
birthday.
is your deal?
What a jerk.
He started. We forced him to play in this band. He didn't want to. We forced him to play in it.
That's not true.
We're only kind of nice.
No, we pretty much.
No, no.
No,
I
he
mean,
came
pretty
and
much
jammed.
forced him.
We used
I
to
was a
jam
nice one.
before it was Strength in Numbers. It was like Exaltation or Runes of Arcadia, whatever the fuck the band name was.
Ruins of
Who
Arcadia.
cares?
At that point in time.
But
I
we
did
used
promos
to-
for you guys as Ruins of Arcadia.
Yeah.
At my
Yep.
mom's house, we used to jam out in the barn in the middle of the winter. It was
Cool
like
barn.
negative 20 degrees, fingers are frozen. You're sweating because you're moving around a lot, and then it freezes instantly to your body. Jake came out and jammed with
Horrible.
us. He was like, yeah, this is a good time. I want to come back and jam with you guys again.
Oh,
And that's
like
how-
Pickles, the drummer.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles.
So this would be the first song he's ever wrote.
It's incredible.
I love this song. The intro is way too fucking long.
6 intros
It's
in one intro.
I love it though. It's amazing. As an EP, you seriously think about what we did. We changed vocals. We had Jake write a song, and we resurrected a song that was 9 years old. So any way you look at this EP, it's like, wow, these guys are
Really different.
really fucking good. And I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it's like first time I've ever done vocals. Jake's first time ever writing a song. It's like, man, these guys are pretty good.
Honestly, we suck, but to us, we're good. Personal achievements.
I'm proud of it. I hope everyone likes it. I hope you guys liked it.
I enjoyed what we've played so far.
Tasty.
I hope everyone likes it. It's definitely different. You know, it's not your typical run of the mill, but it's also got those vibes. But as long as everybody likes it, we like it. And in all honesty, fuck you guys. It's all that matters.
There you go.
Perfect.
Ouch.
Well, what's this last track we're gonna play?
White Room.
White Room. And real quick, what's that
Wish I
about?
could have helped.
White Room is like that whole, I'm my own worst enemy. I'm trapped in my own. God hates me. It's my version of my own problems, and in metal, you get caught in this epidemic.
Oh. Yeah, his
Hello.
mic died.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Nope.
Did I do it?
There he is.
Everyone gets in this epidemic of like
Nope. Go for it.
everyone's writing the same music. All these lyrics are the same, and it's like all these guys are talking from experience. These are their life stories. So like these songs are my experiences. As far as socially, my best friend, and just my own problems. And these are my way of letting it go. And I feel like that's what music is for. Your self-expression of your own problems. So White Room is really that embodiment of everything that's going wrong in my life, and blaming God and all that other bullshit that you associate with deranged psychotic people who need severe amounts of therapy.
Jeez.
So yeah, that is White Room.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for coming on.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Strength in Numbers, their new EP is out now. The Rebirth of Sin. Check it out. Also check out Lost Nebula from Mexico. That was
They're
the unsigned band pick of the week. But we're going out with the Strength in Numbers track called White Room. Let's fucking do it. I'm stoked. Next week, Atlanta's burning.
Atlanta's burning.
And all right, Strength in Numbers, White Room. Let's do it.
to gain, but I see no promise of a better day. Life let go of who I really am. Let go of the dream. Life let go of who I really am. Let go of the dream. As I sit and wait for death to take my end, requests around my mind, wishing for a better outcome. As a maggot in my flesh, red faced on the bone, I see the light, I see the end.